Aloha, y'all. It is Sunday, ruled by the sun, hence the name Sunday, the 3rd of January. According to the Mayan dream spell, it is a red cosmic skywalker guided by navigation. No, that's not true. Scratch that. I'm reading this wrong. Today is Sunday, January 3rd. I was looking at December 27th. Sunday, January 3rd. It is a yellow resonant sun guided by free will. It is a crown chakra day. This is the Sahasrara chakra, the crown chakra. So do the mudras, do the mantras. Om. These are a bunch of Om symbols. You could see the art of Samuel Farand going hot here. Do the mudras, which are the hand gestures. For this, it would be something to the effect of that, I believe. Om, and do the mantra Om. Be focusing on the things that the crown chakra relates to. Do all the chakras, but if you focus on those things, real magic awaits you. So yesterday I was talking about a fire trine, grand fire trine. Today things have shifted. That's the nature of the wheels within wheels that is astrology. There's an earth trine going on, which I'll explain in a minute. But the sun is in Capricorn, the moon is in Virgo, the Mercury is in Capricorn. So Earth, Earth, Earth. Venus is in Sag, Mars is in Aries, Jupiter and Saturn are in Aquarius. And Uranus is in retrograde Taurus, Neptune's in Pisces, Pluto's in Cap, North Node's in Gemini. The trine I'm speaking of is between the moon in Virgo, the sun in Capricorn, and Taurus with Uranus. So we've got the ability to tap into some seriously practical, grounded, enriching energy, right? Stable energy. Even though there's quite a bit of weirdness going on all the time, we have the ability to tap into some serious magic. So hopefully you do. I know I am. We're having Christopher Witecki on the podcast today. Beautiful card I've already pulled here. So that should be great. He's kind of the mentor of the Leo King, the Peace Dealer, people like that. And he's a great astrologer. So that'll be fun. That's today. But today's card is the Nine of Cups, one of the best cards in the deck. They're all great cards, let's be real. But the cups are about emotions. So if you're a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces, you naturally resonate with the Cups suit. And the Nine of Cups is as follows. And I'm feeling this really hard. Like, it's been just a great morning altogether. Just so many things, so many levels of things. I'm super stoked today. Hopefully you can sense that. Wow. Hey, let's get that out of the way, shall we? Hold on. I've got wires crossing and all sorts of stuff. All right, that probably does it. All right, so we got the Nine of Cups. This is about declaring your intentions. If you build it, they will come. Declare the intentions. Attracting good fortune. Celebration free of guilt and regret. Seeing a project to completion. Nine of Cups. I am lavished by the good things in life. For the Nine of Cups, I absolutely wish to say goodbye to the portly, middle-aged man depicted in traditional tarot. I created something I felt truly expressed the exuberance and delight this card needs to communicate. I wanted something celebratory, sexy, radiant. Everything this card is about, for me, is about being fully immersed in pleasures and beauty of life. There's a strong sense of completion, the kind we feel after achieving something significant and worthwhile. An achievement is a very Capricornian kind of element, right? There may even be a sense of resolution, I'm feeling it personally, of having lived one's destiny. And the North Node is between my Sun and Moon right now, so I feel it real hard. If life were to take you away right now, you would be satisfied. We can enjoy the spaciousness, the weightlessness that opens, feeling great euphoria, ripples of delight streaming through our nervous system, utterly visceral. We simply radiate, and people can feel it. The sympathetic resonance of joy and fulfillment. When we feel complete, we become fully embodied in the present moment. Our senses alive and expansive, the mind open and clear. In this artwork, we see a woman seated, languishing on a curvaceous avant-garde sofa, raising her cup, inviting us to toast her success. Her cup holds the golden likeness of the Buddha's hand in Gyan Mudra, the mudra of knowledge, concentration, and expansive creativity, the energy seal which emanates the pituitary gland. The energy cups stand like exquisite pliants hosting an array of geometrical light archetypes, the geometrical language of nature and building blocks of life and creation. They are also symbolic of the underlying metaphysical principle of the inseparable relationship of the part to the whole. Literally, very much, and I'm going to show it again if I can find it quickly enough. The part in the whole, the one in the all in the one, right? Om, crown chakra day. Achievement, right? I'm at the top of my game. That vibe. Everything kicks ass. So, the principle of oneness permeates the architecture of all form in its astonishing diversity. The golden sphere behind her, floating amidst the incandescent sunset over the water, is a universal symbol of unity, wholeness, and completion. Divinely feminine, the motherly womb of spirit. For many who read Tarot, this is the ultimate wish fulfillment card. I'm feeling this really hard. For me, it is something else entirely. It is a declaration card. Wishing is a fundamentally different thing. This is what I was just reading Gene-Key 41 with Haley, my fiance. Love you, Haley. She's the shit, just so you guys know. We were talking about fantasies, and then the difference between fantasy and reality is actualization, right? So wishing is a fundamentally different than reality, defined as feeling or expressing a strong desire or hope of something that cannot or probably will not happen. Instead, evoking the power of declaration, you no longer report about the conditions or environment needed for something to happen. Rather, you create the conditions in the environment. You declare you are. You declare what you do. You declare what you create. Something is brought into existence the instant you declare it to be so. The Nine of Cups signals a sea change for you, asking why instead of how. When you have a compelling reason to make something happen, the question of how is no longer the issue. How is merely the next step you take towards your goal. This way of living frees up a phenomenal amount of energy. You become the open space in which the next action arises. The words have power because you do what you say without reasons and justifications, and complaints disappear because there is a natural joy in the being of totally being responsible for your life and what you create. Capricorn Sun, Virgo Moon. It's like you're practically creating here. Your joy is yours to create. You are the one in control of your destiny, largely. Playing with others on the playground of life. With the energy of this card, we also discover, like the lizard, we could be regenerated. We too possess untapped powers to regenerate, to grow a stronger body, a stronger, more joyful psyche, and stronger connections and relationships. Life is abundant, and it is your natural birthright to fully enjoy the fruits. So the Nine of Cups, declaring your intention, attracting good fortune, celebration free of guilt and regret, seeing a project to completion. And I will say, this is very resonant on multiple levels. Like I said, I'm having some of my... If you had told me a year ago that I'd be having like my favorite astrologers on the podcast, Rupert Sheldrake, people like that, I would never have believed it. But it's happening because I put it into action through the help of others. Raphael, it was his idea to even do the podcast. I just kind of talk a lot, and he said, "Let's make this, let's bottle this, shall we?" So here we are. But it can happen. If you build it, they will come. And this is about declaring it, not wishing it, right? Declaration, grounded, embodiment, Capricorn Sun. Virgo Moon, Mercury in Capricorn. This is about taking it and making the dream a reality. So you can do it. You just have to put your, feel the burn, put your body into it. So let's get some clarification. Dreams of Gaia card up next. I've actually picked out a song already because it's been in my mind all day, and I don't want to be as woo as saying, my guides have told me to do this, but it's like, I feel guided to play a song by the Smashing Pumpkins, which is off the Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness album. Which is probably one of my favorite songs on the album, but I'll get to that a little later. We have the Nine of Air. This is some woke-ass shit. Check it out. So, let me open up this little puppy. 7 of Air, 8 of Air, 9 of Air. All right. Self-awareness. Universal consciousness. Understanding, insight, vision, imagination, fantasy, creativity. So, dreaming, wish fulfillment, like fantasy and creativity, is being addressed, but it being a crown chakra day, it's like universal awareness. Like their mind is open to the beauty of all that is. Key phrases: open to possibilities. This is very North Node and Gemini energy. Open to possibilities. Possibilities are infinite. Know thyself and know the universe. What dwells within you dwells within nature. Like I said, it's a crown chakra day. I'm going to just keep using this card, I guess. The one and the all and the all and the one. These are Om symbols. Right? And it goes on infinitely forever. It's the imagination of the dream, dreaming the dream. That's what we're a part of. So know thyself and know the universe. What dwells within, as within, dwells without in nature, as within, so without. Belief creates. All that exists was first imagined. Fantasy is the birthplace of reality. You were born to create and imagine your fears away, right? This is about, the Nine of Cups is about imagining and then coming to the completion of that imagination. She's like, I dreamed one day I'd be chilling out drinking at the most apocalyptic, beautiful sunset hologram ever. And here I am. And that's kind of the energy of the day. So we're tapping into this in a real way, right? So, the 9 of air represents the imagination and our connection to the universal consciousness or universal mind. It signifies the importance of knowing thyself, for in truly knowing thyself, one will know both the universe and the power of the void. And the void, this is on page 212, I might say. The void is what's very much represented in the Ouroboros nature of the 41st city in the Gene Keys. Haley knows what I'm talking about. Ask yourself, what if the universe we dwell within is actually the mind of another being? What if the universe is in reality a God mind and we the creation of another being's imagination? What if within our minds there exists universes within universes where creatures that we dream of and imagine dwell in the same way that we do here upon Earth, and within their minds are more universes? Some serious North Node and Gemini shit. Like fractals, where the same pattern repeats and creates, our minds contain a universe, and within that universe are creatures and beings who also have universes within their minds. The universe in which we dwell is one of a billion existing within the mind that is yet another universe. The pattern repeats in both directions exponentially, creating an infinite number of universes and realities. It goes both ways forever and ever. Amen. Om, om, om. Right? It's beautiful stuff. Now ponder for a moment, what if we looked within and discovered that within the realms of our own minds, we create new worlds and realities with our beliefs. We choose to believe in something, and a new world that mirrors that belief is born. We stop believing in something, and that world either evolves with our beliefs or ceases to be completely. Universes overlap. They are born and die, forever bound to the life and beliefs of the God mind that created them. What if billions of lives were dependent upon our belief for their very existence? Would it not be wise to believe with understanding and knowledge? Would that not create a universe that is a little more constant and conducive for life? What if we're the only beings within the universe because the God mind in which we dwell is a young mind with limited exposure and this time only believes in our existence? Pythagoras is credited with saying, quote, "Man, know thyself and you will know the universe in which gods dwell." Simply put, he believed that to know oneself was to know the universe and the power of the gods, and he is correct. Everything man has within our physical reality that is not born of the natural world was first imagined by man. The kingdom of God is within. 101. The television, the phone in your hand, the laptop on your desk, the movies you watch, Facebook, YouTube, all these things, the song I'm about to play, right? The car you drive, everything that man has created was first imagined by the inventor. Moreover, when those brave souls voiced their desire to create their new and strange contraptions, they were seen as crazy, eccentric, and foolish. They were told that what they wanted to create was a fantasy, a dream. At one time or another, everything we have in our present reality was once deemed to be an impossible fantasy, and yet now these things exist and we take their existence for granted. The dream has been realized. 9 of Cups, completion of the imagination, of the fantasy, right? This is the power of the mind, and the mind's true potential has not yet even begun to be understood or known. All we do know is that the only limit to the mind and what it can do is one that we, the individual, place upon it. We cock-block ourselves. It's the real talk. We are only limited by our imagination or lack of it. That's why being highly creative and imaginative is a blessing and not a curse. By looking within, learning and understanding the mind and the complex manner in which it controls our lives and how it has taken our life experiences and used them to influence all we do and all we are, we could choose to unlearn some beliefs, change our thinking, and embrace new and less restrictive ways of thinking. North Node, Gemini. The South Node in Sagittarius is saying, this is the way it's always been done, this is the truth, and inherit this legacy. And it's like, nope, go into a playful mode. Dream a new dream. If you want to be in paradise, simply look around and own it, and then create new paradises within the paradise. It's a fractal. You can become the God mind that you are, and within your mind, you can imagine and make what you imagine into a reality. We live in a society that admires innovation and creativity, and yet paradoxically fears it, and at times actively seeks to destroy the desire to create. We may be exposed to teachers who punish those who ask questions and challenge the answers because they know there is a better way. We might be ridiculed by family and friends when we use our imaginations to speak of things that are deemed to be fantastical and unbelievable, but again, all that exists in our present reality was once fantasy and dwelt only in the mind. We may find we are repeatedly trained to reject creative endeavors as a waste of time and effort. This is the shadow of Mercury and Sun in Capricorn, Moon in Virgo. We can shut down the imagination because of practical concerns, right? But we are living in the dreams of our forefathers, right? The internet is magic, right? So never just snuff out your dream. If you build it, they will come. Straight the fuck up. The 9 of Air represents the importance of knowing your mind, understanding the beliefs and thoughts that limit and restrict you, and freeing your imagination. Now it is time to embrace innovation and creation. It is time to step into the realms of the unknown and imagine, to enter the void where your imagination is most powerful and bring what you find there to life. You are born of universal consciousness. Crown Chakra Day, Sahasrara Day. You are born of the one mind, and the one mind is you made small. Like, you're an emanation of the one. Where your imagination is most powerful, the void, and bring what you find there to life. You are born of a universal consciousness. You are capable of greatness, but all too often you may have been punished for seeking it. Nonetheless, it is time to let go of any unconscious bias against creativity and embrace it as the expression of human power and ingenuity that it is. You are as powerful as your mind allows you to be. You are as creative as your mind allows you to be. Don't be afraid to embrace your beautiful imagination. The void in which it resides is the womb that gives birth to the universe that is teeming with life and possibilities. To imagine and create is to make divine magic. You are born of a creative universal consciousness. You were born to create. Y'all, can't make this shit up. You were born to create, and you will reap those rewards one day, right? But you have to put your action into, thoughts into motion. Put them, take the ideas and at least write them down, take the brainstorms, take the ideas, flesh them out. And then one day you'll be fully satisfied. Right now we're in a very fully satisfied place. I'm using myself as an example. I ramble a lot. That turned into a podcast. Now I'm having famous people that I think are really cool come on all the time. Shit happens. It's amazing, right? So whether it's like having Rupert Sheldrake on the podcast or people like that, these astrologers that I like that you might not know, the Leo King, Kaipacha Lesher, Peace Dealer, Richard Rudd, the creator of the Gene Keys, these people have been guests. Like that was an imagination at one point. I was like, oh, it'd be cool if I talked to these people. Now I am, right? And the imagination is the only thing that limits that. So if you build it, they will come straight the fuck up and down. I can't kind of emphasize it enough. But we tend to be very practical, and there's a lot of practical energy. The Sun and Mercury are in Cap. The trining in the grand trine between Uranus and Taurus, the Sun and the Moon in Virgo right now is causing us to be like, look, dreams are great, but like, how do you make them real? And what dreams are worth, pursuing? What's valuable? What's reasonable? So not everybody can become America's Next Top Model, but that doesn't mean you can't pursue beauty. Not everybody can become, a world-class touring musician, but that doesn't mean don't pick up an instrument. See what I'm saying? And I call myself one of these. Haley is one too. Way showing. 95, Sirius. Oh, won't you show me the way? The way to what? Emotional completion, 9 of Cups. That's where we're at. And how do you do it? You show the way to yourself through the imagination. You got the keys. You've got the keys, y'all. So, 95. Where we at? Sirius. I got some connections to these guys. Sirius. Way showing, future timeline, 95. In the ancient past, Syrians were conflicted about being leaders or staying hidden. They saw this as an either-or situation. Now that they have evolved, they realize that being a leader is not an aggressive or controlling role. True leaders lead from the heart, without ego desire, and from a clear sense of inner direction that is aligned with universal consciousness. In the ancient past, you were also conflicted about this issue, but now is the time to release this karmic pattern and no longer have fear of being a leader or a way-shower. You don't have to do anything to lead. Simply being is enough. Simply being is enough. You're perfect the way you are. Dream the dream you want to dream. That's why you're here. Right? Straight up. I know it sounds all like sugar-coated and stuff, but it's like, yo, you can build Rome if you lay down some bricks and get some people to, see your vision. It's that simple. This is an era of enlightened serious consciousness. To successfully evolve, Syrians had to heal some of their deepest fears. One of these fears was about leadership and its responsibilities. They resisted this role, but soon realized that it was part of their spiritual path. They eventually accepted it with gratitude for being allowed to be of service. If you pull this card, it most likely means that you have leadership qualities. If it may be asking you to use those qualities now. Recognize that a leader or a teacher can be subtle. It may be as a leader or teacher in your family or community. Do not fear this ability within you. But at the same time, do not force it to manifest. The best leaders are those who don't necessarily want to lead, but simply lead by example. Another possible meaning is that you might be attached to the idea of becoming a leader, and this desire is coming from ego rather than your true self. In order to know which, if any, of these options is correct interpretation, go honestly within yourself to find the answer. It kind of reminds me of Soul, this new Disney movie that just came out, where it's like he thought he wanted to be like, and it's not bad, but he wanted like to be seen as a successful jazz musician. Like that's kind of part of the thing. He dies and all this stuff, but it's like he was like part of it. He's a teacher, and he was teaching number 22 to figure out her purpose. Right, that was as much as meaning as like getting accolade from the crowd or whatever musically. So don't trip on your ego, right? In order to know which, if any of these options is correct interpretation, go honestly within yourself to find the answer. The card may also be referencing a lifetime in which you were a leader. Use your intuition and look at the other cards in your life circumstances for further clarity. The simplified message: every being is a leader and teacher for others, and as we all embrace this role, we also have to embrace the responsibilities that come with that role. Integrity, impeccability, responsibility, and authenticity. Those are very earth kind of terms, right? With the moon in Virgo, it's about practical embodiment. It's not just about talk. It's about walking the path. And with the moon and sun in Capricorn, it's about achieving through building it. Don't just dream it, right? The dream can happen. It's not bad to dream. The dream is imagined, but if you don't make the imagination real by showing yourself the way and going the Tao, the way, with others, it won't come to pass in that sense, right? So let's go ahead and get another card. I'm excited to play the Smashing Pumpkin song. I think you guys will like it. Hopefully I don't butcher it. Billy Corgan's Melancholy and Infinite Sadness is one of my favorite albums. And if you haven't heard it, do yourself a favor, scope it. Oh my God. We have Intuition, Cat, number 37. Cat. Intuition. Use and develop your intuition. Your gut feeling is correct, right? The Nine of Cups is about your dreams aren't wrong. Those are your intuitions, your gut feelings towards what you would rather have in this life. Your imagination, your intuition, third eye open, isn't wrong. But if you don't do the work, you can never find the way. It's not about just, dreaming Kublai Khan's one thing, building it's another. And when you're doing your dream and building it and build it and they will come kind of stuff, other people tap into their power to do so, and then the whole world kind of becomes a better place instead of, that's just how it works, straight up. So, use and develop your intuition. Your gut feeling is correct. I'm going to play a song today that I intuited as to play. We'll see how you feel about it. You are not your mind. Develop your magical skills. Further, introduce more play into your life. This is very North Node Leo, Haley. She has North Node in Leo. So I'm always like, play. Play. I'm a Leo rising, so I get it. Mythos. The Egyptian goddess Bast is the embodiment of cat energy, a very ancient deity. She was originally a lion goddess, somewhat like Sekhmet, but her leonine nature diminished in favor of the cat energy. A very ancient goddess, Bast is featured in the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Statues of Bast usually depict either a woman with a cat's head or a regal, beautifully formed cat with royal symbology and sometimes a lion mask signifying a hidden, fierce nature. Bast offered protection to her worshippers in everyday life rather than in battle, as this was Sekhmet's role, and she was the goddess who helped bring messages and guidance through intuition. Bast also demonstrated a loving, playful energy, North Node in Gemini. The historian Herodotus traveled to Egypt in the 5th century BC and told of his experience there at the festival of Bast at the riverside town of Bubastis. He spoke of people traveling down the river by small boat and playing and jesting with the people on the shore as they passed, and once they reached the temple, they made a festival with great sacrifices, and more wine is drunk at the feast than in the whole year. Sounds like a lot of fun. More wine was drunk, right, cheers, on the river of Bubastis because they imagined that a party would be fun, and they made it so. In ancient Egypt, domestic cats were very much a part of city and family life. In a time when plague and disease could not easily be halted and could easily spread, the service of a fine feline hunter was appreciated. Cats became symbols of protection and royalty and were even mummified as companions and protectors of the dead in the afterlife. In Norse mythos, cats famously pulled the goddess Freya's chariot, surely an activity not for beginners. Cats have always been associated with the witchcraft of many traditions, especially in Europe. It was said that a black cat could give you either good or bad luck, depending upon your culture, and that cats are able to see spirits and travel between the world of the dead and living at will. It is this association that made cats a target for burning and killing in the Middle Ages, and that is what encouraged the plague that was spread by the fleas carried on rats. Kill the cats, the rats have bubo, some bubonic plague, and then the Black Death comes. It's that simple. Cause and effect. The animal. And that goes to show you sometimes your fantasies about life can alter reality in a negative way. Building it and having it come is one thing, but then, killing all the cats because you think they're demons or something, Satan, created the Black Plague. Ultimately, it's all good. We're learning from this, but, what a trip. The animal. Next to dogs, cats are the most popular domesticated animal. I say domesticated lightly because scientists believe they haven't quite completed the domestication cycle as yet, since they tend to survive well on their own in colonies and still retain a very independent nature. Humans have been a part of cat life for in excess of 10,000 years according to the latest archaeological information. They were invited in not just because of their appearance, but because of their abilities as mousers. The Egyptians loved their house cats so much that if they died, there would be an official period of mourning that included eyebrow shaving, and their cat would be mummified and taken to Bubastis. That'd be a fun city to go travel to. Bubastis, wherever that is, a bunch of cat ghosts. Cats come in all shapes and sizes, and humans have spent a lot of time honing and creating specific breeds. However, from Siamese to Maine Coon, they are all feline and are all scientifically known as Felis catus, hence the term Felix the cat. Cats are small but athletic and are able to jump great distances. There's actually a really good documentary called Lion in Your Living Room, which goes into, it's only like an hour. It's talking about the history of cats, domestication, as well as their biology, their eyesight, their hearing. Also, you even like track a cat through the neighborhood because with a GPS tracker to be like, why are they territorial? How are they doing their rounds? All that kind of stuff. And their jumping is also, right? They're athletic as fuck. They are hypercarnivores and use a variety of vocal sounds and purring to the delight of humans and other cats. Scientists are still debating about the evolution of the purr, but I think most cat owners would understand, either and intuit, right, that it encourages us to give them more of the treatment that makes them purr in the first place. Your imagination wants you to dream well, right? Dream bigger. You got to dream bigger, darling, as Inception would say, right? You want to have all the nice things in life. And be full and stuff. You can show yourself the way there through practicality and imagination combined. Right? See it, build it. That kind of thing. Don't doubt. Don't stop believing. Right? The magic. Cat magic can be in a variety of ways, including to increasing your happiness, 9 of Cups, curiosity, a sense of play and lightness, North Node Gemini, and somewhat paradoxically, when we may be wanting to connect with someone who has passed. Cats are considered guides to the underworld and can help with mediumship. If you have a cat yourself, it is said that you have been blessed by any goddess who loves cats. This can only enhance your life. Symbology is almond-shaped eyes, woman with a cat's head, chariot pulled by cats, vertical pupil, black cat. Status is of least concern. There's a shit ton of cats. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. Let's be real. Oh, almost just dropped everything. Let's be real. Cat-like reflexes. Caught the day. My almond-shaped eyes and my cat-like nature. Leo rising. I love cats. Cats love me. I love all animals, but straight up cats are the shit. Let's be real. So the artist we have today is Titian. And there's a cat. Oh my gosh, what do you know? And he's taking his dreams and making them reality. Watch, you'll see what I mean. He's one of the first artists, so he kind of they say he's very scorpionic potentially, but I'm like Capricorn, Moon, and Mercury. He had ideas of art and what's beautiful, and he made it so. The exact birth date of Tiziano Vasilio, a.k.a. Titian, is unknown, but historians agree he was a classic Scorpio. Cosmopolitan and passionate, this Venetian went 16th century viral with an international career. Right? Success is very Capricornic. Characterized by expressive form, scale, and color, as well as tasteful sexiness, his paintings drove demand to the Vatican and the great courts of Europe, where Titian painted large, flattering portraits of VIPs. Once again, very Capricornic energy. Well into his senior years, and Saturn rules Capricorn, time, seniority, all that kind of stuff. Well into his senior years, Titian continued experimenting, particularly with his mythological paintings, which he compared to poetry. He remained competitive in style and production until he went from viral to bacterial, dying of plague complications. So the Black Plague that we talked about with the cats, they all died off, and that's why the Black Plague came around at all. We imagined poorly, and it came to be. This is what killed this guy. Crazy, huh? So it says, your personality can be as colorful as your canvas. With so much earth energy right now, we might be like, how do I succeed? How do I make money? How do I get famous? Or whatever it is for you. How do I find love? Like, it's about you're like trying to be practical. Like, how do I make it happen? How do you have all the colors, in the rainbow, right? Look at this colorful thing, right? And the advice we're getting from Titian, it says, your personality can be as colorful as your canvas. She's super stoked. 9 of Cups is like one of the most stoked cards. Like, I'm a cheers, kicking ass, taking names. I've got backstage passes. This is awesome, right? Because we can use our 7 of air, or rather 9 of air, I'm sorry, our imagination, right? When our imagination dreams something, we can move towards it. We can use our intuitions to get there. It's a beautiful thing. We can find the way, show the way to others, and be like, at some point, like it was saying in the 9 of Cups, it's like, or rather, one of these, I forget which card, was saying anything that you see was once imagined. I think it was the 9 of, they're both 9s, I just realized. Cool. See little syncs all the time. And the 9 of air, it was saying, whether it's, MacBooks or guitars or the internet or, cooking meals or whatever, it was all imagined and then actualized. If you build it, they will come. If you dream it, it can happen. So don't give up on your dreams. Imagine deeply. Imagine well. Know that there's polarity. Nightmares and daydreams happen, so use your intuition to guide yourself through it. Get shown the way. Hit me up for cards. Hit me up for a chart reading. I love giving chart readings. You'll get woke real fast on that shit. But ultimately, your personality can be as colorful as your canvas. And your personality is largely your chart. Your canvas is your life, right? Your personality can really paint a beautiful dream. And realize, even if you have the most tragic life, even if you're a baby that gets aborted, even if you're somebody in the gas chambers of Auschwitz, it's like you're dreaming and imagining that. So you got to talk to yourself consciously and unconsciously, be like, what dream do I want? People get all tripped out on that and say, oh my God, that makes no sense. I don't like that. It's like it or not, it's how it is. So we've got, because we're all in an imagination of God, if you want to put it that way, in a collective group hallucination. Malachite. You can quantumly entangle with this beautiful stone. This is some dreamy looking shit. Yummy, yummy in the tummy. Third eye yummy. Malachite, what it is, with its trademark acid trip swirls. Money green malachite. Money green, very Saturnian. Money green malachite is an electrifying mesmerizer with a high copper content. Always good for moving energy and making things happen. Right? With Venus and Sagittarius and Mars and Aries, making things happen is part of it. This is not about, no more dreaming, no more fantasizing. Make the fantasy a reality. Take the imagination to make it real. Use your intuition to make it happen. Go towards the way. Follow your path, right? Your life could be as beautiful as you dream, and it could be as horrifying as you dream. It's all a dream. It was just a dream. It was all a dream. I forget the Biggie line. Who needs it? The overflowing in creativity but lacking in follow-through. Holler. The all business, all the time set. Super Capricorn, super Virgo energy. That's the people who need it. So, Geminis who are disorganized and not following through, as well as overly stiff people. Where to put it? If you're trading cryptocurrency, which as you have probably noticed, Bitcoin has skyrocketed. That's Age of Aquarius shit 101. If you're trading cryptocurrency, writing television pilots, or starting up the next tech giant, try some malachite in your workspace. When to use it? When the concrete jungle has you disconnected from the earth beneath it. When you've just got to have money, power, and glory, Capricorn Sun, come at it with a heart forward, sustainable energy, courtesy of malachite. It says, claim your success. Y'all, 9 of Cups, she's claiming her success. She says, cheers to me. I did it. Holy shit, I was a poor girl from a small town, and here I am, Oprah Winfrey, or whatever the fuck, right? 9 of Cups is about taking, and it's funny because Oprah is Harpo backwards. Harpo is this, I think, a slave name in a storybook or something like that she used. It's like you can go from slave to goddess real quick if you imagine it. If you build it, they will come, right? If you can dream it, a dream is a wish your heart makes. We're in the heart of God, dreaming Gaia and dreaming reality, right? It's beautiful. Use your intuition to guide you. Don't doubt those things. You can find the way. Show the way. Show your way. Everybody's differently snowflake designed to create the symphony of existence that is. And it can be very colorful. So don't think it has to be just all work and no play. Ultimately, learning how to get money for your play is the way to go, right? Malachite says, claim your success. So tap into it. Like I said, I've been having podcast guests that I never thought I would get on, and I'm claiming that success. So let's go ahead and play. I'm going to just move one thing really quick because it's kind of freaking me out. I'm afraid that something will get in the way. All right, cool, good enough. Let's play a Smashing Pumpkins song. It's not 33, which is how long I've been talking, 33 minutes. It's a song called Muzzle, off of Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, one of the best concept albums ever. And hopefully I don't butcher this, but I felt inspired to play this. So here we go. I'm going to pull out the earplug a little so I can hear it. I fear that I'm ordinary, just like everyone. To lie here and die among the sorrows, drift among the days. Everything I ever said and everything I've ever done is gone and dead, as all things will surely have to end, and great lovers will one day have to part. I know that I'm meant for this world. was floating far above the clouds. Some children laughed I'd fall for certain, thinking that I'd last forever. But I knew exactly where I was, and I knew the meaning of it all. And I knew the distance to the sun, and I knew the echo that is love, and I knew the secrets of your spires, and I knew the emptiness of youth, and I knew the solitude of heart, and I knew the murmurs of the soul, and the world is drawn upon your hands, to your hands rather, and the world is etched upon your heart, and the world so hard to understand. It's the world you can't live without. And I knew the silence of the world, 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 or something. I can't do a very good Billy Corgan. My brother can do an amazing Billy Corgan impression, I should say. Let me set this down real quick before I drop it. All right, so guys, so many levels of synchronicity. The clouds, right? I was talking about clouds. They'd say I'd fall for certain because I thought I'd last forever. I dreamed a dream, and it came true, right? In my mind, I was certain, right? Like he uses his intuition to create a world. Billy Corgan, I think, is a Pisces, so he's a very dreamy person. We can dream it; it can happen, right? So we have the ability to tap into the higher mind, which is a manifestation of us, right? That's the Om symbol. We are the dreamer dreaming the dream, and minor, like as above, so below. We are the one in the all, and the all in the one. Sahasrara Chakra Day, Crown Chakra Day. So hopefully you're tapping into this and getting the download. Your intuition can guide you. Your dreams can happen. Even the worst things happening in your life, you're dreaming, you're imagining. Even the best things are happening in your life. Even the mundane things, all of it. It's all imagined. It's all perceived, I guess, through the mind. Show the way. Show your way, right? It was talking in those lyrics of the Smashing Pumpkins song. It's like, I did all these things. Try life. Try it on for size, right? You can have a very passionate reality, a very colorful reality. Your personality can be as colorful as your canvas. You don't have to hide it under a bushel. It's about claiming our success with malachite, right? So claim your success, tap into it, tap into the dream, ride that wave all the way to Valhalla, and I'll fucking see you there. I'm going to cry because it's like, y'all, it's time to make dreams happen. No more talk. If you build it, they will come. My podcast is an example. Trust me. There's other examples which you'll probably become aware of more and more as time goes by, because it's time to do the dang thing. We're here for these times. So if you want a reading, hit me up. We have Christopher Witecki on the podcast today. Like I said, Leo King / Peace Dealer's mentor. They both went to that guy's astrology school originally. So if you like those astrologers, you'll probably like this guy. He's in Denver. That should be good. Hit me up for readings, cards, or chart. The link to how to do that is in the description. Leave a tip if you like what you've heard. If you don't want to leave a tip, but you want to pay it forward energetically, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, whatever's clever, right? So hopefully you enjoy the ride. Know that we're dreaming. This is the greatest story ever told. And we're going to drink deep. This is the cup at the wedding feast of Christ, of the bridegroom or whatever, right? Where it's like, oh my God, we could drink deep. We can dream it. We can build it. Don't be afraid. Fear not, right? Use your intuition to get through it. Use other people help in intuiting your reality. That's why hitting me up for a reading isn't a bad idea. I can show you the way. You're going to show yourself the way through how you're designed. You can be as bold as you want to be. Don't let your personality be, diminished. Your dream will be only as colorful as you imagine it to be. Straight the fuck up. So claim your success, Malachite. And hopefully that all makes sense. So, have a beautiful Sunday. Do some meditation. It's a crown chakra day. You're part of the dream, dreaming itself. Enjoy the fucking ride. And ultimately, know your worth and know that everybody has that much worth and we can all be dreaming better together. That's the goal, right? The dream together. The dream together. The dream together. And I knew the silence of the world because we're ultimately in a dream. So it's like, what a beautiful fucking song that is silent ultimately. That's actually my, I think, purpose in Gene Keys' silence is my city. So one day I'll shut the fuck up. And that's when you know I've become woke as fuck, really. If I'm just like smiling and not talking, I guess. So, love y'all. Holler at me for readings if you want. Enjoy the podcast. It's a treasure to do. So I'm sure you'll enjoy hearing it secondhand smoke style. And ultimately, like I'm trying to do myself, follow your dreams, folks. They can happen. You can have people that you never thought you'd talk to on a podcast. You can create music you never thought would happen before. You can find love. You can find success. It looks different for everybody. Hit me up for a reading. I can kind of tell you what to expect in your life and how to best operate given the vehicle you've chosen. But other than that, have a beautiful Sunday and enjoy the fucking ride. Bye. Bye.